How's everyone feeling? Still awake for lunch? All right. I wanted to start off with something different. I want to take a big selfie with y'all. Is that okay for you? All right. Let's turn on the lights, please. All right. Are you guys ready? All right. Thank you. All right. So before starting off, I wanted to do something special for you guys, and maybe I would mess it up, but here goes. All right. Yeah. And I would like to try it. Namaskar, doston. All right. All right. So I'm here to tell you guys a story. A story, well, actually it is a real story based on a true situation of a client actually a year and a half back. And it's a story about Bob. And I get a lot of questions on Twitter and all the other social media. Hey, who is Bob? Are you ready to meet Bob? Yes. This is Bob. Yes. It's dying again. Oh no. Alright, so Bob is a manager, and he is assigning tasks to all his team members, and he's doing the following up of those tasks. And he is also doing the reviews, code reviews and tests and all that. And in the end of the day, he is reporting back to the clients and sending out the bills. But as you can see, well, Bob, he is not happy. He has a lot of frustration, right? And we can fix that as developers. By the way, I am Bert, also Bert, and I'm a developer founder at Vulpo Digital Agency. We're based in Belgium, and we mainly use Laravel to create custom solutions for our clients, and we do a lot of white label work as well. And with white label work, I mean we help other dev teams build their projects with confidence. So we can come in, help, take over eventually, or do audits and stuff like that. I also have this thing called a YouTube channel, and very important for you guys is that little button over there. And I'm going to be honest with you. I set myself a goal for the end of this year to reach 5,000 subscribers. And it would be very helpful if you would help with that. I also have a little package which I made for myself, and it exploded. I have 40,000 downloads, and I'm not like Spatie, but Freek, be aware, I am coming. But no, all jokes aside, me and Freek, we go along very well. We're very good buddies. And over at Vulpo, we use Spatie packages in all our Laravel projects as well, and we totally love them. And I like to be offline. Like Vishal said, I like to throw frisbees with my dog. She's retired now, but she has been competing in Europe and in European championships and local championships. But she is retired, so she is 11 years old already. And I do a lot of sports, and I love these guys. My two little kids and my wife, her name is Caroline, and it's because of her that I'm able to be here with you guys. So give her a big hand. All right, but I'm here to talk about frustrated Bob, right? So he had a web application which grew over time. We all know the situation. It becomes a mess. And eventually, it all goes to bits and pieces, and it stops working. We came in, we rewrote the whole app, and we did that in Laravel with Livewire, and that's the end of the talk. No, I'm just kidding. We did rewrote the whole thing, and I'm showing you a little demo of that. I have, let me see. There we go. Bob at bobscompany.com with a very secure password of password. Oh my god. The C, yes, thank you. There's a lot of eyes on me, so. Alright, so we have a little demo application. It's a dashboard, a task list, a detail page, assign to, and a change of a status. Nothing in production is like that, but it's to demonstrate things, right? All right, let's go back to the keynote. Well, after a few months, we received an email saying, hey, there's a problem. It's taking a lot of time for the pages to load, the navigation is flickering. Can you fix that? Thanks. So there are two things that we need to address: the loading time and the flickering. Well, you can imagine already, we did some measuring, of course, and it ends up, yes, very small. But he had a lot more users than anticipated during launch, which ended up in a lot more data and a lot more problems. Yes. So we implemented Wire Navigate from Livewire to give the client, or actually the users, that spa feeling. And I'm not talking about this kind of spa, which is very nice at the hotel though, but I'm talking about an SPA, which is a single page application, as you all know. How cool, but how does that work actually? Well, what happens is Livewire will prevent the browser to visit a new page and request a page in the background, and then replaces the body title and URL on the fly. But there's more. We can do that by default. During the click, it prefetches the page, but we can also do that on hover. And that's what I'm going to show you. So when we hover the link, it requests the page in the background, and when the user finally decides to click, it's instantly replaced. So let's demo gods. All right. All right. So what I want to do is I want to check out the locations where we do that. So that would be in views. Where is it? Layouts, navigation, and wherever we have a nav link in here, just before the href, I want wire navigate. Whoops. Navigate dot hover, like that. And where? Whoops. Nav link. There's somewhere else here. Yes, here. All right, let's refresh this page here. And if I open up my network tab here on XHR, yes, every time I would hover a link, why isn't it? Didn't I save it? Ah, all right. I must have messed up somewhere else as well. Yes, all right. Whenever I hover now, the dashboard or the task, yeah, it already was reloaded, and I'm going to quickly add it as well in the task list. I forgot that. Damn those demigods. Where is it? It's in the Livewire folder. Where is it? Here, the task list. And in here I have an href of the task, like that. Is that correct? No. No. Does it create? It's here. All right. There we go. So whenever I hover, I already see a fetch of the page, and when, oh, that's too small for you guys. All right. Whenever I decide to finally click, it's instantly replaced. And the cool thing about this, it's been stored right there for you. So whenever you head back to dashboard, I already had been going to tasks before, as you can see here. And if I click tasks again, it's instantly replaced with the thing that is already in the state for us. Cool. I kind of like that. All right. So we fixed the flickering. We added that spa feeling for the client, and we show them how to do smooth transitions. But a few weeks after, we received another email saying, hey, we should be able to search the content of the task description and also the assigned colleague. Can you make that happen? So we need to do two things. We need to expand the search and assign a colleague. So yeah, let's add the scope, adjust the scope that we have already. And thankfully, we have Eloquent to the rescue, because we have a lot of cool methods in there that we can use, and it's all for free because it's in Laravel by default. So I'm going to show that as well. All right, so close this up. And in the task model itself, all right, here. I have a scope with a where and or where, and I could easily add another or where in there, but I'm not a big fan of that. What I like to do, I like to use the where any function. Have you ever heard of that? All right, some people did. All right, great. I have a snippet because I don't like you all watching me type. All right, so what is it doing actually? It takes in an array of all the things you want to search of that database table, and then the value that you're searching for. So if we get rid of this, all right, we could end up chaining in here the assignee that we want, like a where has and a function and all that cool stuff. But we can easily use the where relation or the or where relation of the assignee, which is the relation up here, looking for the name, like the value. And this is a way shorter method of searching, and I really like this approach. So let's quickly check this. If I look for Jess, I get Jess her task. If I open another one and I would search this sentence here, let's go, I get that task with that sentence in the description, which is kind of cool, and it's a short way of handling an eloquent search in your database. All right, let's get back to the slides. All right, so we used the where any. We also made use of the or where relation, which I'm a huge fan of. And most importantly, we increased the developer experience. So for us, it's a readable situation in the code. It's very clear what it's doing, and eventually it will benefit the client in the long run because we don't lose time to search stuff. But as you can see, another email, and this is a mouthful. He is complaining about every situations and stuff, but I have a summary for that. So he is losing a lot of time. He needs to refresh to see the current situation. Employees can't be notified. They need to refresh to have the clear view of what they must do at the given moment. And also the information isn't accurate on the dashboard. Well, let's introduce polling. Cool, but how does that actually work, right? Well, imagine you have a server and a client. Eventually, with polling, there will be a request coming from the client to the server. Hey, do you have an update for me? The server will generate some data and then respond saying, hey, nope, sorry, I have nothing for you. And this will actually go on and on again until one time there is actually an update, and then it presents it, hey, here is your update that you're asking for, and then it refreshes the page. By default, this will be done in Livewire every 2.5 seconds. But we can adjust that, and let's quickly implement that as well. All right, so we want to be polling our data in our dashboard component and in our task list, right? So let's open up those two components. I need the blade. And up here, wire, poll, and I want to do that on every 5 seconds. All right, that's it for this component. And let's add it here as well. Wire poll every 5 seconds. And I have another situation for the employee. Wire poll 5 seconds. Like that. And let's refresh that. And open up an incognito browser. Talk test. Yes, it's truly Laravel. Okay, Jess at Bob's company. Come on, dude. Yeah, all right. With a very secure password of, and I made a typo while I was doing it, of password. All right, so she only has one task. And if I now go about and add another task to her, like that, it will take up to 5 seconds, hopefully. Yes, there it is. And this is, because we are polling the database, actually the server, every 5 seconds. So if you're adjusting a change, let's refresh that and do it the other way. if you adjust the change, sometimes it could be faster than 5 seconds because it's in the sequence of 5 seconds every time. All right, cool. That might be the shortest demo ever, but that was very easy to implement. But as you can imagine already, this is very, very resource intensive. Imagine that you have more than 100 users polling every 2.5 seconds. Bob's situation was he had more than 200 employees to manage, so that wasn't an option. So we could do better, right? So what if we could only notify them where there is actually an update? I know what you're thinking already. Reverb. Yes, Reverb is the answer for this. And it's built upon WebSockets, and I really, really love WebSockets. I've been working with IoT projects for years, and we communicate with WebSockets as well, and it's a technology that I really, really adore. All right, what we need to do is we need to install Reverb, which is already installed in my application. We need to install Echo, we need to do some configuration, and we need to run a socket server. And luckily for us, installing Echo and configuring all the things is just one simple artisan command. Thank you, the team over at Laravel, for that. So that's PHP artisan install broadcasting. But how does that actually work under the hood? Well, the same situation, client server. The client requests the server with a handshake negotiation. The server will determine, yeah, I would like to do that or not, and actually return a response of okay or not okay. When the situation is, of course, okay, the WebSocket is upgraded towards the HTTP request is upgraded to a WebSocket. So let's recap that. So we have a request coming from the client, which is the handshake negotiation, which is responded to the server by the server. And the HTTP request gets upgraded towards a WebSocket, and from that point on we can communicate in both directions without any HTTP requests in between, which is a lot faster and less costs. All right, let's implement that real quick. Okay, where's my VS Code? No VS Code. I want to get rid of all the things we've done before because the wire polling will mess up things that we don't want to. Alright, the first thing that we're going to do is I have Warp open here. If you don't know Warp, it's really brilliant. I love it. PHP Artisan install broadcasting into our project. This will install no dependencies. Of course you need to click yes, otherwise it won't work. This will install no dependencies for us. This could take a few seconds. There we go. I know I need to upgrade Node, but I'm lazy. Come on, yeah. Alright, once it's installed, the configuration is done, Echo is on board, we can make our event, right? So PHP Artisan make event, task, event. Let's go ahead and create that. Alright, it's already suggesting to start a Reverb server, but we're not going to do that right now. First of all, we're going to take a look at the event it created. So this is a task event. Is this readable for you guys? Alright, good. Well, the class task event, we want to be broadcasting that. So we want to have it implementing, so implements, should broadcast. Broadcast. Well, and eventually I don't want to set up queues. This will take the demo way too far. So we're going to go for should broadcast now, which is skipping the queues and just broadcast it right away over the communication lines, which is Reverb in this case. Then we have broadcast on, and I want to have, just for the purpose of this demo, on a regular channel, no private channel, and we're going to call it, what should we call it? I think Laracon is good, right? Laracon, alright. Cool, and that's it for the task. Now we need to actually dispatch that task, and we can have that on several different occasions, where we update the task, when we create a task, when we assign a task, when we update the status of the task, so multiple places, and it's easily to forget some detail. What I like to do, I like to hook in the default stuff around Laravel, which is the basic events like created, updated, and such, but all of those are saving actions to the database. So we're going to hook up into the saved event of Laravel. So inside our model task, I also have a snippet for this because I don't like you guys watching me type. There we go. So this would be a protected static function booted and static saved function, and then the task that we have, dispatch. And this is actually dispatching another event when the event saved is fired upon a task model. And let's import this clause. Yes. All right. Who is hot out here, man? Okay. Next up is we need to listen for the task. We need to listen for the task at multiple locations as well, being the task list and the the dashboard of the application. So in the Livewire component itself, Livewire dashboard component, and I also have this in a snippet. There we go. Listen for event, and it's using the on attribute, using echo on the Laracon. Whoops. There. Now you can see it on the Laracon channel, listening for the task event, and then it's going to run this method, saying, "Hey, listen for event. This dispatch refresh to the front end, saying, hey, you need to refresh this component." All right, let's do that on the task list as well. There we go. Save that. Head over to Warp. Start the server. And I must make sure, but Freek already saw me do this wrong, so please help me refresh everywhere I need. All right, so if I now head over to here and create a new assignment to Jess, all right, okay, this is what we were expecting. What did I do wrong? Didn't I save anything? Aha! Classic mistake. Whoops. Okay, let's warp, kill the server, restart the server, refresh. You haven't seen anything, right? Okay, and let's change the status to doing, and it's instantly refreshed on the other end. All right, so let's do that again just to see that I'm not cheating here. Let's set that one to review, and it's also on the other end, review. And I was at Laracon EU talking after my talk there with one of the core contributors to Livewire, and he showed me a trick, and I'm going to show it to you as well. Imagine you get rid of this and move this part all the way up on your class. It's not really documented anywhere, but it's telling Livewire, hey, whenever on the channel Laracon a task event is fired, redo the whole class, which basically is a refresh as well. Let's refresh that, kill the server to see if I'm not cheating, right? Refresh here, and if I change this to, if I change it to Bob, it should disappear, right? So that's it. I think this is a very cool technique to use in production as well. Thank you. All right. It's very powerful, and I really, really love working with WebSockets, and I hope you all do it as well. And I know we could optimize further, we could use private channels, and we could only update, or actually send an update event to those users that are impacted by the change. But for demo purposes, this would take us way too far. But eventually we went from Sad Bob to Happy Bob. And I know what you're thinking. He did get gray, but the truth is here, Dolly took my money. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say with this talk here is we have all this amazing stuff out there, like like Reverb, for instance. We have Livewire, of course. We have all this cool stuff like Filament PHP, and then all the things we can do with the new starter kits. And I know there's some awesome stuff coming for us as well. And yeah, just go out, create, and ship. That's the main goal of this talk as well. But before I leave you, does anyone know this place? Freek, you don't say anything? All right, this is Ghent. This is one of the medieval towns of Belgium, where I live. And we're very, very famous to have our Gentse Feesten, which is the Gentian parties, which is 10 days of, I know this is a liquor banned area, but we get wasted for 10 days straight. But in Ghent there's also one very special event. Every 2 months we organize a local meetup, which is Laravel, PHP, and all other web things go there. And I'm organizing this together with Mr. Freek van der Herten, together with Elian van Kutsum, who is also very big in the JavaScript scene, and myself. So every 2 months, the last Wednesday of the month, somewhere in Ghent. So if you're ever in Belgium, you know where to go. And I also still, by the end of the talk, have this thing. That button over there is still there, and I even made it easier for you guys. I put a QR code on there, and I'm going to give this a shot. It's Vaad on the end, but Danje Vaad, that was it.
Hello. Can you say it everyone like Kemcho?
Kemcho?
Yeah, say it again. Kemcho.
Kemcho.
Then say money.
Money.
Ahiya.
Ahya.
Bahuj.
Bahuj.
Maja.
Maja.
Ave.
Have.
Che.
Che.
Now repeat again.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Yeah. So how is it like first time coming India, speaking on stage?
Well, my clicker died, I think. I think my battery is out. But
Yeah.
I must say, apart from the stage, y'all are crazy. The traffic here is insane. But I really love it. I must say that the food is good. Everyone is so helpful, and humble, and I really love it. So
Nice. So
Yeah.
someone has asked a question. How should you keep your wife happy? Because as a developer, he wants to code every time. But that's not a right thing.
That is true. So I sleep way less than her. Yeah, that's the code for happiness.
Yeah, but the one who asked, I'll not say the name, but you cannot code every time.
Yeah,
You need to spend some time with her.
Yeah,
But if your wife is also programmer, then it's a different thing, right?
yeah, I think it would. But she isn't a programmer, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have 2 different questions, but I want you to pick one among them. One is from Mohit and second is from Jignesh.
Let's take the last one.
Which one?
This one.
The Jignesh.
Yes. What is it asking? How to convince Bob, the manager?
Yeah. I'll say like in Gujarat,
Yeah.
normally you say Jignesh, but in Gujarat it's like Jignesh.
Chickenish.
Like, so where is Jignesh Tiwari? Are you there? Where is Jignesh? The Jigo? क्या है बगा जीगा? છે આવી ગયો જીગો. અહીંયા બગા ગિફ્ટ લાવ જીગાની. એડિયો મિચ્ચી મારી આવ્યો પહેલો. Right. We say it like Jignesh in short term. In Gujarat we used to say Jiga. So his question is how to convince Bob, the manager, with illogical demands. Else manager will not be happy anymore.
That's a trick question. I think in logical demands, well, we have the ability to say no to them. If they are demanding something, just say
But then
no.
Jiga is scared because Jiga will get resignation.
Yeah, but we try. Sometimes we get questions like, we want this and that, and we're saying like, hey, do you know what the impact of that is, cost-wise and maintainability? So we advise clients in a certain direction in projects. So in the shorts, we say no. But
So I think Jiga has to say no, but in a right manner. So Jiga has to find his own way. Sam, Dam, Danda, Ved. And then I think manager will get right.